All right, guys, it is the morning of the last day. Technically, tomorrow was supposed to be the last day, but there's some weather coming in, and roundabouts, the Arizona, Utah, like the Four Corners area, basically, it's going to be quite rainy later today. I did have a reservation for a campsite just south of Flagstaff tonight, and then we were going to finish off tomorrow morning. Because of the rain, I canceled that, and we're just going to make a straight shot home today. We're going to go down through Gateway, Colorado, and just south of that area, there's a bunch of old uranium mines. I want to try and get some drone shots. Right now, it's not raining. It's not supposed to rain until later in the day, so I'm hoping that we can get some drone shots of the uranium mines, but it is also a little windy, so I guess that's going to depend on the wind. So I just topped off, and we're going to get on the highway here, make an exit in Clifton, which is just to the east of Grand Junction, and then we're going to head south, get on the 141, take that to Gateway, do what we need to do south of Gateway, and then I'm not sure the highway number, but once you get to about Natarita, you can turn right and go west, and that'll meet up with Monticello, and then we'll just take the normal route south through Monument Valley and through Flagstaff. I'm gonna hop on the highway, and we'll see how this day goes. Roughly a half mile west of mile marker 130, in the shadow of Thimble Rock, is the Driggs mansion. It was built for a lawyer named Lawrence Driggs with help from two Italian stonemasons between 1914 and 1918. Lawrence only lived in the house for a short time, which was also used by cowboys that helped with his cattle operation on his ranch. Having spent most of his time in New York and Texas, he sold his successful cattle ranch in Texas and then built a homestead in Unaweep Canyon. In 1923, the stone house was sold to three local businessmen who turned it into a hunting lodge. It was later sold to a man named Jerome Craig, who removed the roof of the house to prevent people from living in it and allowed neighbors to remove pieces from it. The property was eventually purchased by the Hendricks Family Foundation in 2005, and stabilization efforts were made in 2012 to prevent it from collapsing. The house is located on private land and is not open to the public. As you can see, the weather had cooperated nicely up to this point, and I was able to get quite a bit of time exploring the exterior of these mines by drone. If you are not familiar with this area, we are close to the former company town of Uravan, which was instrumental in supplying uranium to the government for the Manhattan Project and the first atomic bomb. Most of these mines played a part in the short history of Uravan, which is now an uninhabited and undeveloped Superfund site. Although a majority of these mines can be seen from the highway, it is advisable to avoid exploring them on foot for many reasons. So I was fine exploring them from the air, and there was plenty to see. I'm not sure what it is that draws me to old mines. I certainly am not a fan of modern day mining that results in large craters dug into the ground, but seeing these old mines and all the old infrastructure laying about is very interesting to me. Additional footage and historical information will be compiled into a separate video that will be uploaded 1 week after the release of this one. If you are seeing this video after June 2025, there should be a link up in the corner and in the description. Alright guys, as you can see, there were some pretty amazing mines along that route. I am headed towards Natarita right now, and then we're going to hang a right and head towards the Utah border, towards Monticello. There's some mines I want to try and get right around the border area, but out the windshield right now I'm looking at some very dark clouds and it is raining, so hopefully it's not raining in that spot. In the Colorado, Utah area, a really good route to take would be the 141 south through Gateway to the 90, which goes into Utah and goes back to Monticello. Then take the 191 north to Moab and take the 128 from Moab to Cisco along the river. That loop is incredible. Like, just there's no words to describe it. Like, I'm showing you clips out the windshield because that's the best I can do while I'm moving, and the view in front of me here is just, it's breathtaking. It's hard to put it into words, but I definitely recommend this area. You know, southwest Colorado into southeast and south central Utah is just, it's some of the best outdoorsy, scenic, anything that you can imagine in the western part of the country. So yeah, it's just incredible. at is the Wilson Arch, and I was going to try and get some drone footage, but it's too windy. We're in the middle of these storms now, so there's areas where I can get it done and others where I just can't, and this is going to be one of those areas. Basically, we are on the 191 now, so we're going to head down through, we'll stop in Blanding and just hop off the tank, and then start heading through Monument Valley. I do want to get some drone shots in Monument Valley, so as long as it's not too windy, we'll do that. So yeah, let's get back on the road. Going through Monument Valley right now. I did have plans to get some drone shots here, but unfortunately it's still too windy. So kind of been in and out of the rain, but the wind has been pretty consistent, between 20 and 30 miles an hour. Too much for drone shots. So I've just been getting some extra, you know, on the road, out the windshield shots for you guys. I don't know if you can hear me very well, but I crossed over into Arizona, and they recently redid the road, and it looks good and it's smooth, but if you can hear that, it makes a lot of noise, and it also sends a lot of vibration through the steering wheel. Been on a lot of roads on this trip. Some of them were crap, some of them were okay, others were pretty good. This is probably the worst one I've been on so far. It looks good, it's smooth, but it's terrible. And with that, we've come full circle back to Cameron, Arizona, which is where we were on Wednesday, day 2. I think I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here, which also ends the series of the week-long vacation videos. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I know we didn't talk much in them, but I just try to let the look at these fools. Speed limit is 45 right here, and I'm doing 50. Anyways, I try to let the pictures speak for themselves. I took a lot more drone footage on this trip than I usually do. There would have been more today, but unfortunately it is extremely windy. Coming through Tuba City, Arizona, actually, I think the winds were at least 50 miles per hour. It was crazy. There was blowing dust, and I had the steering turned off to the left to keep it going straight, and it was crazy. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end this here. I want to thank all of you who have tuned in for the whole video series from start to finish, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Take it easy.